Okay guys, so y'all keep asking about the update. Where the update the sim drop it update now, how it a go on, the Oster air cooler. Y'all wanna know how it operated. We're coming to the end of summer, so I want to know if it really did worth the buy. So stick around to find out what I think and some of the questions and answers that I have for this Oster air cooler. Quick disclaimer guys, I'm so sorry for my low energy and my sniffles in the video. I was not feeling 100%. As you guys notice, I was not even posting up my videos almost a month, no, over a month when I post nothing. So I said, no man, I forgot to come and put out a video, and you guys have been asking me a lot of questions about the air cooler, so hope these questions were answered. If your question was not answered, just drop your question in the comment section below and I will definitely answer it for you. Alright guys, so I have some questions here that you guys asked and I will be answering. So first question is, how much did it cost? I believe this was about 20 something thousand Jamaican. It wasn't more than 25,000 though, so that's, call it about 200 US dollars. So that's how much it cost in Jamaica. I bought it at Price Mart. Was it worth the purchase? This is a tricky question, because it all depends on the purpose that you are buying it for. I really bought it for the purpose of having a cooler unit to blow. My purpose was really to see if I could find that AC alternative for half the price or way less than half the price, and it actually would not spike my electricity bill. Was it worth the purchase? For me, yes it was. I found tricks and little ways to get my air cooler unit blowing cold air. What did I do? I use ice baby. Yeah, I use ice and cold water. So what I realized with the unit, whatever temperature water is actually in the what I call that box again, the place where you put the water, whatever temperature water is in there, that's the temperature it will blow. So when I put ice and cold water, of course it's going to give me cold air. So that's the trick that I found with that. Secondly, why it was worth the purchase for me, for the purpose of having like a filtered air being blown. That air cooler did it for me, because I find that if I'm using a regular fan, the dust and everything just affects my sinus. So when I switched to the air cooler, I found that for some reason it's like it purify and filter out the air that it was blowing, so hence it wasn't feeling dusty and I wasn't feeling stuffy and all of that. So it really helped for me. I know somebody also asked if it works like an air purifier, and it doesn't say that in the manual, but for me I find that it actually does, because my air feels cleaner. The air that I'm breathing in the space where the air cooler is, it feels cleaner and I am not as stuffy as I was before. So yeah, for me it was worth the purchase. Did it spike my electricity bill? Nope, it did not. So I didn't see any real increase. Of course I don't know how the electricity companies are, but for me it never really, I never see any difference, not much. Somebody also asked, did it really feel like a AC? What I will tell you, it does not feel like a AC. It's not an AC, it's an air cooler, and it doesn't feel like an AC. It's not cold. Sometimes the AC unit will be on and you have to shut it down or turn it off because it's too cold. No, this is not an AC, guys. It's not an AC. For me, it was to find an AC alternative and that's what it did for me. But it does not feel like AC. As I said, the trick that I did was to use ice and cold water, so I did get cool and cold air, but it doesn't feel like an AC. And what I find is that when the ice and the cold water comes down to room temperature, it starts blowing that temperature air, so it will give you about 4 hours of that ice and cold water vibe, but it's not an AC. Can it cool a big room? No, it cannot. I think that if you do the trick that I tried, and you can tell me in the description box below if you did that, if you do that trick, which is using the ice and cold water, you probably can cool a 10 by 10 space, but not a big room to say that, oh, I'm locking it up and making it feel like, you know, an ice box. No, it won't do that, but you definitely can find means and ways of getting cool to cold air from it. Do I keep it on the wheels? Do I keep it on the wheels? No, I do not. What I did, I took off the wheels, even though in the previous video it showed you where I was installing the wheel and I could move it around and all of that. But what I found is that to keep it higher above for the face or head level, you actually get the air better when it is at head level. So I put it higher and took off the wheels. Somebody asked if I would recommend it. Well, I guess it's lastly, because that can sum up this video. I would recommend it. I would definitely recommend it, because as I said, it depends on the purpose that you're purchasing the air cooler for. For me, I really wanted an AC alternative. I really did it as a test to see if it really works, if I can get cool air and it not spike my light bill, you know. So for me, it actually worked, so I would recommend the product. I would definitely recommend the product. So to give you guys a rating from say 1 to 10, I would give it a 8, only because of the purpose for me. Why I never give it a 10, because as I said, it works well for what I wanted it for, but I was hoping that it would give me, like, there was something built in that actually allows any water that I put in it to actually get cooler. That's what I was looking for, which is why it wouldn't get a 10, but everything else is actually good. So it actually had added benefits as well, because I didn't know that it would help to purify the air space that it's at, you know. I just thought it was a air cooler, which it would cool the water that's placed in the water box, which it didn't really do that, but I found ways to get around it. But it had the added benefit by helping to actually purify the air in that space that the air cooler is actually in. So for me, I would recommend it, and it is a thumbs up for me. And this purchase, I don't regret it. I can't go back to regular fans, so I'll have the AC unit and the air cooler, and yeah, for me it's worth the purchase. So if you have a little more than the cost of a fan, you can try getting an air cooler. It doesn't really spike my electricity bill, and it has that added benefit. So yeah, this is my update on the air cooler. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. Share all my videos. Watch my video them, and go tell a friend them to come subscribe. We have a lot more in store, and some big things are coming. Some big things are about to happen, but we're not talk before, you know, it manifests. We like to work in silence and then share the good news with everyone once we seal it up. So thank you guys again for always supporting. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.